Coach Ibis here, the coach next door. You all know me. Enriching marriages and strengthening relationships. You can find me in all over the media as Ibis Love Heaven. So today I have a very sensitive topic, and I want to be very careful with treating this topic because I want to be seen as fair and with this topic. This pandemic of people bringing their parents from Africa to come and destroy their marriages here in the North America is not making sense to me. And I'm asking questions. What's going on? This topic, I can actually do it on and on for a whole year, for a whole week, for a whole day. But for the sake of this program, I'm going to, break it into part, and I'll make this one my part one. What's going on? Your mother's perspective would definitely be different. Coming down here, seeing my own Akim Bobo in the kitchen cooking for his wife or carrying children to the school. Like, seriously? Or seeing you as a daughter. You still have your 8 hours job and you still come back home, come and cook for your husband. Your wife, your mother can look at you and say, you don't even need this husband again. You're practically doing everything for yourself. Yes, we have mothers like that. If you're bringing your mother all the way from Nigeria to come and take care, to come and do a mugo here, don't bring your sick mother. If she's coming here for medical reason, it's different. Your wife will be cranky. She's taking care of you, taking care of your mother. She's still working. Taking care of the new baby, and you think she will be happy with you? If she's coming here for a medical reason, it's quite different. Or you as a wife, you want your parents to come and visit you when you know that your husband is still struggling. You guys are still struggling. And it would automatically become his responsibility coming down here. Mommy, daddy, your name should never be mentioned in your son's or daughter's divorce case. It's not something to be proud of, ma. Mommy, go back home. Go and take care of your husband. Daddy, go back home, go and take care of your wife. Leave this one. They have lived together. They have become one. And of course, if you are a wife and you're being wicked towards your mother-in-law, you will become a mother-in-law someday. I want you to know that your husband was trained by somebody, was nurtured by somebody. I want you to know that your husband is somebody's son. Your wife was trained by somebody, was nurtured by somebody. She is somebody's daughter. So she cannot abandon her parents right now just because they are married. She has married you. Or he cannot abandon his own parent right now just because he has married you. Be careful. There is still karma. Please. His parent becomes your parent, and your parent, they are now his own parent. You are one, you have lived together. Your parents should not be destroying your marriages. For no reason. That is why I tell people, if your parents are coming to stay with you for the first time in this diaspora, don't bring them for 6 months. Don't bring them for 3 months. 1 month is okay. That's a test. When you test them for the first 1 month and you see that, oh, okay, we can still manage each other, you can extend it. A short stay is always better. Let them go and come back. You will still be fresh with each other. But when they stay right here, their perspective is different from yours. Then they will start causing all manner of trouble. And if you are not wise, I'm very sorry to say, you will be destroying your marriages because of your parent who had their own marriage. They had their own marriage, oh. You want to destroy your own, how many years of relationship because of this, because of that. Please, wake up, African husband. Wake up, African wife. Take care of your mother-in-law. Take them as yours. African husband, take care of your father-in-law, mother-in-law, take them as yours. Take care of your home. If it's becoming wahala, let them go back so that you can, find a way to talk to your wife, or find a way to talk to your husband. Make each other understand that these people, they are our people. We cannot discard them. And I'm going to stop here today. Probably I will continue and I will speak more on this on my part 2. Yes, Ibis Love Haven, enriching marriages and strengthening relationships. Remember, you can book an appointment with me if need be. God bless you. Bye for now. Thank you.
Welcome back. Thank you, Abis. So we had to play last week's video because back by popular demand, a lot of people put comment in after the show that we did not conclusively exhaust all that was said in that video. So for those of you that are wondering, well, we heard this last week. Well, there's still a lot to unpack. So the floor is now open. The lines are open. Call in. Our numbers are on the screen. We want to hear your thoughts on what IB said and on the other news. And again, to be a part of the family, you have to subscribe, like, share. Our handles are all on the screen, and you can use that to be part of the show. So I would want to say what my take is on parts of the other news. So there's the news about the Access Bank CEO. When I heard it yesterday, it really broke my heart. It really, I felt very sad because that was one of Nigeria's brightest. And I remember when Access Bank started and they had this advert, one customer bank, and he has really devoted a lot of his time into accounting. And if you follow that story, he rose up to the ranks of being the MD of GT Bank before he went and started Access Bank with another partner of his. And he has done a lot of philanthropic work in Nigeria. And for his life to be snubbed just like that, and with his wife and family, I think he has 4 kids. So um, sadly, those kids are now all orphans. Our thoughts and prayers are with that family. It really broke my heart when I read the news. Yeah. There are certain things you cannot predict in life, and that's one of them. And then another part of the other news that also caught my attention was that of the AFCON. So I'm a I'm a few football enthusiast. I used to watch football a lot, but I found out that it usually gives me serious heart palpitations. So I told myself that you have to reduce your enthusiasm or the way you watch football. So back in the day, I remember there was one year. I think it was a World Cup year, and I was still in the university then. And was it Nigeria, Italy? I can't remember the country now, but we it was the same scenario, 1-1, and then from nowhere they scored and Nigeria lost. And man, the next day I was going to write an exam. I couldn't read. I left where the gaming center where we're watching the match, and when I went to the class to read, I couldn't read. Only God knows how I passed that exam. So when I heard the news about people that passed after watching the Nigeria South Africa match, I was like, oh my God. We love our country, we love football, but man, the way the boys play sometimes, your heart has to be of steel for you to be able to take on the the weight. I don't want to say trauma, the weight that comes when they are playing football. They love to put us on the edge. So those that passed, our thoughts are with them. I pray that the family, God will provide the fortitude to bear that irreparable loss. So like I said, I'd like to hear from you. We want to know what your thoughts are. I know that after the semi-finals, oh my God, social media was agog with Nigerians trolling everybody. Oh, at some point today before the final match, I was saying to myself, if we lose this match, if we lose this match, hey, what the rest of Africa to us today. And unfortunately, unfortunately, as things will go, we lost the match. So we scored the first goal, and I didn't watch it. So you might want to ask, did you? I just couldn't. So when I watched up to the point where they equalized, I told myself, stop, just don't watch anymore before you would just you will just die of heart attack. So we're waiting to hear from you. Our lines are open. We want to see your comments on our Facebook handles, and we want to see your comments on our YouTube handles as well. Okay, I think do we have a caller coming in?
Hello.
Yes. Hello, caller. How are you?
Hi. I'm
You're
good.
welcome to the
My name
Melting
is
Pot. Who
Grace.
am I speaking with?
Grace from Saskatoon.
Hey, Grace. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. Did you catch the Nigerian match by chance?
I didn't watch it though. I depended on other commentators in WhatsApp groups.
Okay.
So they were the ones that kept us very busy. They did a very good job.
Oh, that's good.
Some persons advised us to grab, for those who cannot stand the heat, for them to grab BP medication, you know. So, so I didn't want to take chances with my life. I just decided to wait for, people to tell us what happened, and they did a very good job.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so too. I think so. I think so.
yeah. And
They sure
also,
know how
on
to
the
make us
death
on this.
of, the death
Yeah,
of
go
the
on,
man
please.
that you talked about, the Access Bank man, it's really
Yeah.
sad. I hope, I don't know, it's really crazy and a very sad news, and we hope the family he left behind are able
Mm-hmm.
to, bear this terrible loss. All right, that's my take today.
Thank you so much, Grace. You are our first caller, so I have to give you a clap. Thank you. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Bye
Yay!
for
Thank
now, Grace.
you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it's pretty sad. But like I said earlier on, I just pray that God gives them the fortitude to bear the loss. Okay, we have another call on the line. Hello, this is the Melting Pot. What's your
Hello,
name and where are you calling from?
hello, ladies. This is AY from the GTA.
Hey, AY, how are you today? How is the GT area?
GTA area is a bit cold in all areas,
Oh,
emotionally, weather-wise,
oh,
but we move.
yeah, I trust. So the floor is yours. You want to react to the other news or Ivy's love coach, what she said about
Um,
relationships?
so I'll just touch on the Access Bank, Access Holdings death of their CEO is quite sad. Unfortunately, of course, life is what life is, right? And when death comes,
Mm-hmm.
it comes in different forms, shapes, and it just makes sense now. And between my dad and one of my old boss, where they say when they fly, they don't let the whole family fly in one craft.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, it now it kicks in, right? When they say it, then you
Yeah,
don't. It
sure.
really doesn't make sense. But when things like this happen, the mother, the father, the son, all in one second. But may their soul rest in peace. And
Amen.
may they be forgiven. And for those who are behind, I just pray that his legacy, is not diminished by whoever is going to
Mm-hmm.
take
Mm-hmm.
over those things that he has left behind or built. AFCON, yeah, everyone just be calming down because somebody said the cup is not fine anyway, so we didn't even want it in the first place.
So the cup is not fine. Oh my gosh, consolation.
I know, right? I know one thing I love about Nigerians is we make light of every situation, wherever we are, whatever
Mm-hmm.
we find ourselves. We just, we move. But
We
they
move.
made it that far, so that's good enough. Um, for IB's love coach's comments about bringing family, mothers, mother-in-law, again, I would just say that for everyone, it's an individual decision. Just
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it's got discussed before it happened. and mama or papa did not just show up at the airport and they say, oh, my mom has arrived or my father has arrived. That, they discuss about it in detail, and everybody knows the expectations right from the start, and support each other during the journey. I can't say don't bring, and I can't say bring. Everyone's family dynamics is different, right? So
Yeah,
that's it.
so true. Thank you so much, AY. You a lot of nuggets in all of the things you said. We really appreciate you. Thanks for calling and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you for
Bye
that.
for now. Bye. Yeah, you've heard it. It's so on the relationship tips that Ibis talked about. So I think every family is dynamic. Every family is unique. And I am careful not to put the blame on the parents because they live in a different world. So, especially for migrant parents, the way things operate here in Canada, it doesn't operate. Yes, I think last week I remember somebody said, "Oh, this is 2024. Things have moved on from what it was." But the mama is coming from maybe a town or a village or a city where men still dominate. She grew up in a reality where men don't do certain tasks. So for you to have that expectation on her, I think it's asking for too much. I would say that the onus is on the couple. They have to be in agreement because if they don't, like she said, before mama did not just show up at the airport, you invited her. And so before you invite her, sit with your spouse, discuss. Mama will only come and show that you guys don't talk to each other. So if there wasn't a crack in the home, it would not, how will I put it now? If there were not issues with communication between the spouses, the mama will not come and amplify it. But if there are issues already, and maybe the man is trying to box it because he doesn't want trouble, we are in Canada, or the wife is trying to hide her own and say, okay, we don't want trouble. By the time mama comes, it's now a crowd of three. And depending on if it's the mama for the boy or the mama for the girl that comes, things will swing that way, and it can get nasty really quick. Because I think for the couple, the boy or the man can tell the mom that, oh, mommy, when you come, I'll be doing this and this task that I usually don't do, but is allowed in this environment, so that they prepare her mind as well. So our lines are still open and we are receiving calls. I have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. May I know your name and where
Hello.
you're calling?
Hello.
Hello, this is the melting pot. Who am I speaking with, please?
My name is Deaconess Chikodi. So,
Nice to have you
first
here,
of
ma.
all, I want to say, Deaconess Chikodi, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, ma. Go on, please.
Mm-hmm. So, first of all, I want to say that you people are doing a good job. I just,
Thank you.
I've been watching you and you are doing a very good job. So,
Thank you, ma.
about this mother-in-law and, bringing mother-in-law to Canada, because I am here with my in-law, my daughter-in-law, and, I have heard a lot of stories about, daughter-in-laws and, son-in-laws that do not treat their mother-in-law and father-in-law, properly. So I just feel like as a mother-in-law, because you have Jesus on your side and you are spiritually sound, you are supposed to, come and bring peace and not to bring problems in your
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
your in your child's home, you know. So when you come and you bring peace, and maybe they are having problems, it is your duty to, resolve it amicably, not to put kerosene inside the fire and make everything, just to look ridiculous. It is a terrible thing. So now
Yes,
that
ma'am.
I have been staying here, when issues come up, it's normal in marriages for issues to come up. I just enter my room, and After everything has settled, I call my pikin and I tell my pikin, see, it is not good. This thing. I don't support evil. I don't support bad things. So I will advise, if you are coming to your in-law house, your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law, you should not support anyone or put problem in the family. Just pray that God will take control, and also make sure that you are praying for them as well. So that is my
Thank
own
you so
take. It is
much.
a good thing to bring your parents to abroad. It is a very wonderful thing. But then
Yes,
everything
ma'am.
should be done in moderation. God bless you all. Thank you.
God bless you, ma. Deaconess Chikodi, can I ask you a few questions if you don't mind, ma?
Oh, yes, please.
Hello. Okay. Thank you so much. So my question is, thank you for calling, but I wanted to find out when you came to Canada to stay with your child and the spouse. Were there things that you saw that you were like, this looks in Nigeria, we don't do things this way. There were there things you saw when you got there and you had to
Ah,
now tell yourself, okay,
yes,
let
so
me.
like
Do you care to
now,
share, ma?
like my son,
Yes.
like my son going to go and take food, cook food by himself, take food by himself,
Oh.
when he come back from work. And the thing is, when I saw it, me, I am well traveled at the same time. I'm a businesswoman, so there are
That's
some
good.
things that, although they are not normal in my culture, but when you get to this abroad, it's a very, very lonely place, and everything help is very expensive here. So I understood that things are not going to be the same the way it was in my own marriage. You understand? So there are so many things, even the children here will tell you hello. That first time they will tell you hello, and if it is back home, they will say maybe these children, did they train them well? Those kind of. But me too, I understood that it is a different culture here, and so many things I saw that don't really, they're not the same way as we grew up. But it shouldn't be anything that will cause problem. It's just understanding. And I pray that God will help all families going through this situation.
Amen. Thank you so much, Deaconess. We really appreciate you sharing with us. Thank you and bye
Oh,
for
yes.
now. Thank you.
Thank you,
God
too.
bless you, ma.
Bye bye. Amen. Bye bye. You too, my daughter.
Yes, ma. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That was, yeah, you've heard it, guys. Understanding is important. Wisdom is the principal thing. For the spouses, for the mother-in-law, you have there are certain things you see, like she said, and it might be against or different, not really against, different from what you know, but for peace, you just let it slide, and then you can call your child and say, oh, educate me on this. I need to know why is it happening like that. And then your child will explain. Nothing good ever comes from rancor. Nothing good ever comes from fights. A family united can achieve anything, but when there is division, when people are taking sides, it's a recipe for disaster. I want to also react to the Nova Scotia snowstorm. So it was part of the other news that we read, and you might have seen some of you that are on social media. You might have seen some of the pictures, the videos. Oh, for our viewers that are tuning in from other climes different from Canada, you don't know the hassle. Oh gosh, I don't even have the words to phrase it. Before I came to Canada, when I would watch movies and I would see snow on the background, I used to like dream and dream and dream. One day, someday, I would be in Canada. Now that I'm in Canada and I see the snow, there was a picture that I saw that the snow was so high that it was about the roof of the person's house, that he had to climb out of his house through the window because the door was completely blocked. So those in Nova Scotia, I'm in Saskatoon, just in case you're wondering. I'm not I'm not in Nova Scotia. I'm in Saskatoon. But Those in Nova Scotia, they had a massive snowstorm. It happened for a few days, and afterwards they had 5 feet of snow. Now, if you use your metric, you know what 5 feet of snow is. It's even higher than the average human, especially for women. So my heart goes out to them. It's not easy. Last week we didn't have in Saskatoon. We didn't have that much snowfall, but we had freezing rain. And what that means is the roads become very slippery and hard to walk on. And I remember I was taking my son to school in the morning. So I usually would drop him off at the bus stop. And just about when I dropped him and he came out of the car, I was trying to get him off the road because I felt the road was slippery. I was trying to stop him from falling. I now fell. It was not a good fall. It was not a good fall at all. And when I got up, I had to go for physiotherapy because my right side was all sore. Thank God there was no broken bones. So it's beautiful here in Canada, but the weather sometimes can be unpleasant. You heard when AY was saying the GT area is cold. So when you stand and take the picture with the snow at your background, it looks beautiful, but in reality, it's a totally different thing. So they had to declare a state of emergency in some of the areas in Nova Scotia, and the government has really put themselves to work to clean up the snow so that people can be able to get around more easily, and they can be able to get to their places of work, get into their houses, and be able to do one or two things without having to stress. Another one I would like to react to is the ban on foreign nationals, not just Nigerians, foreign nationals buying houses in Canada. But before I would say what I want to say, we have another call. Let's go right on to it. Hello, caller. This is the Melting Pot. You're welcome.
Hi, Izor.
Hi,
My
how
name
are
is
you doing?
Shalewa. I'm
Shalewa, how are
good.
you?
I'm good. But friends,
Where are you calling from, Shalewa?
I'm calling from Calgary.
Oh, how is Calgary?
It's okay. It's okay. But, but I'm calling in. I wanted to just give my 2 cents on the
Yeah,
other
go on,
news
please.
that we
Yes,
discussed
go on.
today. So personally, I don't watch football. I don't watch
Hmm.
football. It's difficult to watch football and not be vested, like not pick a side. And I remember when I was younger, everybody would be praying, some people would be crying.
Oh,
Oh God, the tension so much. Goal, no goal, we lost. Oh God, I don't watch football. But it was fun this week, Nigerians, you see all the caricature, all the drawings, the eagle
hmm.
dragging the antelope. It was fun. So we
With
lost.
Cameroon pepper.
You saw those ones too. So
I did, I did.
yeah,
It was fun. It was crazy.
I was
It
like,
was crazy.
even to check the scores online, I was like, no, 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 no. Should I check? Should I not check? Anyway, it was okay. At least Nigeria
Yeah,
got to the semifinals.
yeah.
Although we won't hear the last of it from the other people that we made jest
Oh
of,
my God.
honestly. This is
Because after the
retaliation.
semifinals, we really trolled them. Oh, I don't. There are some of. See, the truth is, we Nigerians, we are bad. I think if there is any award to be given to the draggers of the universe, somebody said on social media that Nigerians drag themselves for rehearsal on social media. So imagine when they are
Yeah,
fighting someone else. It was
yeah,
insane.
even
Sometimes I would look through some, I would laugh and laugh. I say, hey, I'm a Nigerian. This thing dey pain me. Imagine if I'm on the other side.
it's so painful.
It's
they
so
what they call it pepper them.
See,
It's
there
like
was
God
one,
saw the
sorry, I'm taking
arrogance
your
and
time.
was like,
There
can these
was one that
Nigerians
I
win?
watched. Yeah, there was this one I watched. They say Nigerians like to eat the following snacks. They said they like moi moi, they like goody goody, They like quili quili. They
Bafana,
like
Bafana.
bafana bafana. It was insane. It was insane. But you have to give it to the Ivorians. They actually tried to. So I like to
Yeah, I didn't see
say
it,
it
but I
when
was
it's
like,
they tried.
Ivory Coast, oh my, it's gonna be serious. It's gonna be war.
I'm telling you, it was war. I couldn't after after they equalized, I stopped watching. I said no. I'll wait for scores.
You
Let
know
me
that
go
it's
and
going
distract
south.
myself. Let me go and
I
distract
need to
myself.
protect my sanity.
I'm telling you, I go mad. Oh, I love
Me
Nigerian
just
football. I
go
tell you.
prepare my mind, put my hands
Yeah,
together.
exactly.
Oh God. My. It
God.
was fun. I almost fell too this last week, Iso. I was
Oh,
going to my daughter's school. I was walking. When I saw the ice, I was sliding initially. I said, no. I need to go and wear better footwear before I
yeah.
fall down on the road like this.
You know, I
So
actually
it will be
found out
funny.
that, beyond the footwear, there's this thing, because I saw it on Amazon, I can't remember what it's called now, but it has metal spikes at the bottom. So you strap it to your shoe. Because
Oh.
when we had the freezing rain, there were areas, there were some like where I live is a crescent, so they don't come to clean on time. So the snow had melted to
Mm.
water and froze, so it was a sheet of ice. It was like a skating rink. So if you are in that kind of environment, they said you need to have those things under you. I had to go and buy it because I don't
Yeah.
want
My worry
another
just kind of
scenario of how
falls
are the
is that
mighty falling.
sometimes one can fall and not get up. Just be crawling
Ah,
and crawling.
you you be dancing a jasco on the ice. Well, thank you so much for calling. I really appreciate your call. I hope you have the
Yeah.
rest of your day pleasant. And thanks again. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wow. What a show we have had today. So we are still waiting for your calls. There's still so much to react to, so much information from the other news. So I was talking about the ban for foreigners not to buy houses in Canada. So, Canada has a large heart. Let me put it that way. So in the last few years, Canada has opened its doors to international students, to refugees, to a lot of people with goodwill. So now, but whilst they were doing that, I don't know if they did not make plans for housing and how to, moderate the housing market. So things became very crazy. Even with high interest rates, it didn't cut it. So this move to ban foreigners, I think it's a good move because at least charity begins at home. You have to be able to attend to your own people first before you look at foreigners. And so sure it's part of it. Well, what can we say? This might sound not so nice to say, but some of our people that come from that end to buy houses, they have deep pockets. They have deep pockets. So um, I'm trying not to say things I shouldn't say on air, but with this kind of move, those of us that are here that have the kind of means that is required, we can be able to buy those houses and not have to compete with these people. So I think it's a good move. I think it's a very good move. So for at least for the next 2 years, if you want to buy a house in Canada, go ahead. You are not petitioned with any foreigner. Another news that I would like to also touch on is N, I think it's NMCN, the one about the nurses. Um, so for me, that news, I don't. So on the one hand, I think it's a good thing because a lot of people that have recently left Nigeria to Canada or people in Nigeria will complain that You go to the hospitals, you don't see doctors, nurses are no longer there. Everybody is just jackbarring, So it's a good move in that regard, because there are still people in Nigeria that would need medical attention, and especially for some of the nurses that have special skills, they need it. But on the other side, people are looking for greener pastures in Nigeria because things are hard. And so if you now put that stumbling block in front of them, it's going to be tough. But I know Nigerians are resilient. They will find a way around it. But I think the federal government, they are looking at the bigger picture, because they have to also protect the people inside, as well as giving the people, giving these nurses a platform for them to go elsewhere to pursue their career. So I just hope in all that it all works out. But frankly speaking, I cannot say, oh, it's a bad thing they did or it's a good thing, because it depends on the perspective that you're looking at it from, and then you can decide based on that. So that's my take. But again, remember, to be part of the family is very important that you're part of the family. You have to subscribe, you have to like, share, and comment. And we still more call coming in. Hello, caller. This is the melting pot.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Oh, this is our first mail today. Hey.
Yay.
Hello. May I know
Hi,
your name and where you're calling from?
my name is James. I'm calling from
Hi,
Saskatoon.
James.
Hi,
Oh,
Izo.
wonderful. Hi.
I want to talk about this Nigeria match. You see, ba, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Those boys
Okay, go
lost
ahead, sir.
because the president went to watch that match. It's his
Ah,
presence that
don't
was
you?
the bad luck. Yes, I'm saying it with my full chest. It's Tunubu
Hey,
who went
Jehovah.
to Ivory Coast. Who asked him to go? Now we have lost. The first match that he will watch as Nigeria president, we lost.
Oh my
That is
God.
what I want to say. Thank you.
I am not among go, Oga. I am not among. So, our callers out there, do you think Nigeria lost because our president was in attendance? We would like to hear from you. That's Mr. James's own view of the match. But again, you never know with these things. So, we'd like to hear your take on it. So just to on that line, so again, the other time that another candidate that was part of the presidential run in 2023, I think, then I think was that the one with Angola, we won. So who knows? But again, at the end of the day, Cote d'Ivoire won, Nigeria lost. What happened at the back end to make this happen, we will never know. So we would like to hear, if you think that contributed to it, we would like to hear your take. We would like to hear your take on that. Another other news that I'd wanted to touch on before we wrap up is the one about King Charles. So within the week, the diagnosis of his cancer was all over the news, and when that news came up, a lot of things flashed in my head. So when King Charles, when he ascended the throne, I remember that a lot of people started pulling prophecies from Nostradamus, from Abavanga, that he's not going to last on the seat, blah blah blah. So when that diagnosis came out, I was like, oh, okay, so are these things real or not? But thankfully, he's back to good health, at least from what we hear. The cancer is there, no doubt, but is the type that doctors are on top of it, and he's away from official duties for now. And the weird thing is they've not really said exactly the kind of cancer he's dealing with. We know that he had a prostate surgery recently, And then, but they also said that it's not prostate cancer. So whatever cancer it is, we hope and pray that is the type that is benign, so that it can be managed and he will be around to serve as king for as long as he is supposed to. And there was also this drama that came up within the week where people were saying that with his illness, would it unify his sons? Because as you know, William and Harry, there's been this, will I call it a Cold War? And Harry was in the States and William in the UK. And when the news came, Harry had to go all the way to be by his father. And some of the tabloids had this news that, oh, that Harry just came and left, that it was a PRO stunt, and that William was angry about it, that he didn't stay long enough. Now, you never know. You never know what the true story is, but that's what's out there in the tabloids. I just hope that at the end of the day, he is fine, because health is wealth. No matter how big you are about, no matter how great you are, if your health is in jeopardy, um, your life, the quality of life you live might not be the way you want it. So you have this, there you have it. These are all the news we have read for today. The callers that called, we really enjoy talking to you. I really enjoy talking to you. I still want to hear more from you, so I'll just give it like um, 1 minute, 2 more minutes. If I get a call, fine. If I don't get a call, we'll call it a day. But our numbers are on the screen. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. And again, to be part of the family, you have to subscribe, you have to like, and you have to comment. And another thing I want to say, even after the show, some of you go back to watch it. If there's a comment you want to put, please put it on. And when we come back the next week, we will take your question or comment and we'll air it out and then discuss it. So I think my 1 minute is done, so I'll call it a day. I want to thank our producers, the guys behind the screen, making me look beautiful, making this show seamless. We'll be here next week. So don't put anything on your schedule for 7 o'clock, because this is the place to be. And I always like to leave with the same word I say every Sunday: life is for the living. Bye for now. Have a great week. Bye.